Yes, today we are discussing about some topic under artificial intelligence subject, which is we are discussing under NEP, National Education Policy 2020. We are discussing here unit number 5th, and unit number 5th we are discussing in lecture number 2. We are discussing so many models, machine learning, machine learning technique, classification, regression, okay, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. We also discuss about the artificial intelligence. What is the artificial intelligence technique? How can we work with the AI? And why AI is there? Okay. Now we are uh, now we are discussing about how to start work with the AI project. As a beginner, how can we start? Okay. So how to create an AI? First we discussed here how to create an AI with Python. So there are some certain steps which we have to follow here, and then we can work with the AI. So step number one, define the problem. Firstly, you can define your problem. What is actually problem you have? Then we can proceed. Okay. So the first step is creating an AI is to define the problem. Okay, you want to solve. This may involve natural processing language, computer vision, predictive modeling. Okay, what problem you have? Okay, so this may be belonging from the NLP, this may be from the computer vision, this may be from the predictive modeling. Okay, advanced user may work on the complex problem requiring deep learning technique also. Okay, it is essential to deeply understanding a problem before moving to the next step. For example, you have a classification problem. So firstly, you can clear all these things. Okay, this problem is belonging from the supervised learning. Okay, some problems from the deep learning technique. Some problem belonging from the unsupervised learning. That means you can say clustering based problem. So first, we try to understand the problem. What is actually problem you have? Okay. Step number two, collect and pre-process data. Okay, so data is the foundation of AI project, as we know. Okay, without data, you cannot do anything on AI project. As an advanced user, you may deal with the large data sets that require pre-processing before using them in the AI model. Okay, so this may involve cleaning the data, transforming it into the suitable format, splitting it into the training and validation and testing sets. You may also need to use techniques such as data augmentation to increase the size of your data set. So firstly, you need to understand the problem. What is actually problem here? And then according to that problem, you can collect the data. You can collect the live data. You can use uh, data which is available on Google. Okay, there are so many repositories are there like UCI, Kaggle. Okay, so you can use that data also. Based on that data, you can process that data, cleaning your data and transforming the suitable format that data and splitting into the training, testing, and validation set. Then you can work. Okay. Step number three, choose an AI model. As an expert, you have many AI models, including convolutional, convolutional neural network, recurrent neural network, and transformers. It's important to choose an AI model that is suitable for your specific problem and data set. Obviously, I already said to you, it's depend on your choice. It's depend on your problem. Okay, what problem you have. Okay, if you want to work with the image classification, so you can go with the CNN. If you want to work with the video classification, so you can also use CNN also, RNN also. But you can, if you want to work with the classification on text data, so you can use any other model. There's no need to use the CNN. Okay, so you may need to experiment with the different models and hyperparameters to find the one that perform best. Okay, step number 4, training the AI model. Training an AI model can be time consuming, especially for complex model and large data set. With a deep understanding, you may need to be use techniques such as distributed training to speed up the process. You may also need to use advanced optimized problems algorithms such as ADAM optimizer, RMS pop optimizer to improve your model performance. There are so many advanced optimization problems are there, algorithms are there. Okay, if you develop your model, if you train your model, then you want to optimize your model. So there are optimizer is also there, like Adam optimizer, RNS from optimizer to improve your model performance also. Step number 5, evaluate the AI model. Once your model is trained, it's important to evaluate its performance using validation and testing data. As an advanced user, you may need to use advanced metrics such as F1 score, precision, recall, AUC, ROC to evaluate your model performance. You may also need to use techniques such as cross validation to get a more accurate estimates of your model performance. So there are some parameters. These parameters we have used to analyze the performance of your model. Okay, so firstly, we discussed about the accuracy, open scope, precision, recall, AUC, ROC. Okay, on the basis of these parameters, you can evaluate the performance of your model. Okay, step number 6, test the AI model. Testing your AI model is a critical step in the development process. As an advanced user, you may need to use advanced technique used as such as uh, adversarial testing adversarial testing to identify any weakness in your model. You may also need to use techniques such as model ensembling to improve the robustness of your model. If you want to robustness improvement in your model, so you can also improve that model robustness. There are so many ensembling techniques as well, so you can use it, develop your model, and improve the robustness of your model. Develop the next step number 7, develop the AI model. Once you are satisfied with your AI model, the final step is to develop it the real world in the real world, which basically means making it available for use by others. As an advanced user, you may need to use techniques such as containerization to ensure your model can be deployed or scaled. You may also need to use techniques such as A/B testing to validate your model performance, considering using other tools method like GPUs, TPUs, and distributed computing. Step number 8, monitor and refine. Monitor the performance of your AI system over time and refine it as necessary. This could involve updating the model with new data and retraining it with different algorithms. So there are some steps which we have to follow to develop the AI project. So there are some examples of AI projects at label wise. First one is beginner label. Okay. Whenever you want to develop AI model as beginner label, you are just learning phase. You are in learning phase, so you can develop some types of models. Like first one is uh, project is give life, predict blood donations. So this project maybe focus the prediction of blood donations, which aims to predict the whether a blood will donate blood within a given time window or not. The data set used in this project is from a mobile blood donation vehicle in Taiwan, okay, that collect blood from the various universities as part of blood donation drive. So in this data set, we are using the Taiwan data set, but you can use any other data set. You can use any uh, Indian data set. Okay, then you can develop the project. So there's the model you can see in this picture. What are the steps you have to follow to develop that project? So first one is raw data collection. First, we have to collect the raw data. Then we can perform the data cleaning on that data. Data cleaning must be uh, compulsory here. Must we do that? Okay. In that data cleaning, we must follow the steps like feature selection and feature construction and feature preprocessing. There are three subpart of the data cleaning. Okay, which is collaborate with the data preprocessing, both of these features construction and feature selection. After that, we can select the model. Okay, after data cleaning, we can select the model. Then there are some optimization parameters are there you can use. There are several optimization parameters are there you can use. After that, you can validate the model. So this is the model uh, structure of give library blood donation. If you want to develop it, so you can follow these steps and you can develop the model very easily. In this AI project, you will process the raw data and input it into the Tpot Python AutoML tool. There are Tpot, there are this model is automated by the Tpot, okay, Python automated ML tool. So this tool will search through hundred of machine learning pipelines to identify the best one of our data set. Once we have identified the ideal pipeline, we will create our model using normalized feature to achieve a better score. AutoML tools allow even beginner with the limited machine learning knowledge to build AI project, and those tools handle all the tasks and provide the best performing model for testing and development. Okay. Next, predicting credit card approval project. So this is very common project as a beginner level. In this predicting card approval project, you will create an application for automatic credit card approval by using you can say hyperparameter optimization and logistic regression. For this AI project, you will need to use various skills such as handling missing values, processing categorical features, scaling features, dealing with unbalanced data, and applying automatic hyperparameter optimization through grid CV. So, as we discussed in previous lectures, we already discussed about the handling, how can we handle the missing values, and how can we processing categorical features and scaling features, and how can we deal with the unbalanced data. Okay, so we use this in this project. This project is designed to challenge you beyond the realm of simple and clean data. If you want to become an expert in classification, why not build another project using the loan data from the lendingclub.com? Okay, so firstly, you can use this credit card approval project. You can do that. After that, you can develop any other project. Okay, data is available on that website. You can use that data set to create the automatic loan approval predictor. Okay, if you are seeking projects suitable for the beginner, then Data Camp has a library of data science project that you may want to explore. Okay, so this is the model. This is the data. You can say uh, the data is a small set, as we can say, and we are using the credit card data approval data set from the UCI machine learning repository showing the credit card application a bank receives. This data set has been loaded as Panda data frame called CC apps. Okay, we can give any other name, so you can give any other name. The last column in the data set is a target value. So these are the important libraries we can use here. Import pandas as PD, import numpy as NP, from sklearn.model selection, import trend test split. After that, we use here from sklearn.preprocessing import standard scalar. After that, we can use here linear model import logistic regression, then import confusion matrix from matrix. Then sklearn.model selection import grid search CB. Okay, then we can load the data set on that. Give the name as CC underscore apps. Okay, then you want to see the head of that data set, so you can use this function here. Okay, this is the basic thing about that project. Next is next level is intermediate AI project. Firstly, we discussed about the basic small project, basic simple project. As a beginner, we can work on that and we can develop that project as a beginner. But after developing that project, I think, you're proficient on Python, and we already learned about the AI project. So you can go some intermediate project level here. Okay, so first one is object detection. In the object detection project, the first step is to break down the image into tiles. Okay, so you can break down the image into tiles. Then you will use a pre-trained VGG16CNN to predict the probability of cat being present in the image. CNN, that means convolutional neural network. Okay, so that when we can use that we can use for the image prediction. Okay, object detection you can use in the image. Okay, finally you will create a heat map of probability to indicate the location of cat within the image. So there are we want to develop the project that we can, with the help of this project, we can identify the object within the image. So, for example, if you have an image of cat or dogs, so uh, how can we identify the object in that image? That may be cat, that may be dog. So with the help of this project, we can identify it. Okay. So in order to provide a more accurate location for bounding box, you must use a regression model to predict the coordinates. When dealing with this project that have a more complicated shape, it is beneficial to use CNN for this task. To achieve this, you will utilize the stochastic gradient descent optimizer and mean square error MSE as matrix, as our aim to is to perform regression. Finally, you will evaluate the model's results. Okay, so this is the procedure to develop the object detection model in AI. So you can see this is the pictorial representation of the model. Okay, so first image, first two images represent the single object, and third one and fourth one image represent the multiple object. In the first image, we can see here the classification or cat. Okay. Then in the second one image, we want to perform the classification as well as the localization. Localization we perform the as mean we can say that whenever we want to develop the classification model, then we can perform the localization also. Localization always we work with the tile. You can say pixel. Then in the third image represent the object detection. You can see here. Okay, we can see here cat, dog, and duck also. Okay, and the last image we can in the fourth image we uh, we can see here there are three instance segmentation. Three images are there: cat, dog, and duck. Okay, so that is called the image segmentation. Okay, so in that project we can see here three images are there: duck, cat, and dog. Okay, so there are four project uh, objective like classification plus localization and object detection, image segmentation, instance segmentation. Okay, so another one is intermediate level project level is bird for text classification. In the text classification project, you will use bird bidirectional encoder representations from transformers to predict whether a given news article falls under the category of words, sports, business, and science and technology. This intermediate AI project will teach you how to handle the data set, build and train the model, and ultimately assess the model performance. Additionally, you will learn about the attention mechanism transformers and understand BERT architectures. Including this project in your machine learning portfolio can increase our chances of being hired. In addition to learning how to train large AI model, you will also gain technical knowledge on how these large and complex model operates. So we can develop also BERT model for the text classification. You can see here, this is the pictorial representation of BERT. Input is there. Let's stick to improvisations in this cycle. Okay, randomly mask 50% of tokens are there we can use in BERT. So you can use here. You can see here. Let's stick to mask we can use here in this cycle. Then F and N plus softmax function we can use here. And after this, you will get the output. In this output, the output of mask words position to predict the mask word. Okay, so 10% improvisations are there with the help of BERT. So with the help of BERT, you can BERT project we can design basically for the text classification. You can see here, this is the pictorial presentation of BERT. Next is stock market price, stock market analysis and forecasting using LSTM. Discover and explore stock market data, focusing on technology stocks such as Apple, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft in the stock market analysis and forecasting using LSTM. Okay, what is actually LSTM? LSTM that means long short term memory method. Okay, learn how to retrieve stock information using the Web Finance library and visualize it using Seaborn and Matplotlib. Analyze the stock's risk based on its previous performance history. Finally, build an AI model using LSTM model method. That means you can say long short term memory method to predict future stock price. Having some knowledge of handling time series data set and ability to forecast stock prices is crucial for anyone interested in the financial sector or research oriented field also. Similarly, being able to comprehend trends and provide solutions is a highly sought after skill in the finance industries. So you can develop a stock market analysis and forecasting using LSTM, that is also considered as a expert AI project. Along with this, if you want to work with the weather forecasting model, so you can also work with that. Okay, so this that will be also considered as expert AI project. Okay, so that is the pictorial representation how stock price market prediction model will work. Okay, so look like this. Train validation and predictions are there. Close price in USD you can see here. So that is the you also see that example on Google also. If you want to search a stock price market prediction live, just hit on the enter, you will get the result look like this. Okay. Another example is Super Mario AI. In the Super Mario AI project, you will train an AI agent to play the first level of Super Mario World using deep Q learning and the raw pixel input. It combines techniques like experience replay and a spatial transformer network and an epsilon greedy policy. Okay, so I think Mario, we all know about the Mario. Okay, It's like a game. The model architecture has separate branches for processing action history, screen, screenshot history, and the current state, which are merged before the output layer predicts action reward values. Okay, through observing gameplay screens, it learns to play the label without engineered features. This project is highly advanced and requires extensive proficiency in both reinforcement learning and computer vision. While it may be difficult to replicate, the effort is well worth it. Reinforcement learning we already discussed in our first two lecture, I think, second lecture, first and second, I think. Okay, so what is actually learning? There are some objects are there like environment, agent, and reward. There are three main categories are there. For example, one of the agent whenever interact with the environment, okay, and perform some actions on that particular environment, so that that person will get some rewards. That may be positive or negative. That may be positive or negative. On the basis of that rewards, that agent may be proficiency work with proficiency. Okay, so that is the main concept behind the reinforcement learning. Okay, for example, one of the cat is sit in your house in a sitting mode. Okay, but whether that cat performing some action like walking on the in the house, so that in the walking state will be changed, and cat maybe get some reward from that house. Okay, like in terms of milk, in terms of fish, like that. Okay, but in another case, that cat not performing any action in that house, not changing the state in that house, in that case, that cat will not get any reward from that house. So that is the concept behind the reinforcement learning. That is a pictorial representation of the Super Mario game. As we discuss Super Mario game, we can also make that. Okay, that is also considered as a expert AI project. I think you all knows about the Super Mario game. I also played that game. Okay, so this is the one of the example of the expert AI project also. Okay, if you want to proficient in the AI, so you can develop that game also. Build AI chatbot in 5 minutes. So that is another category. That is another category AI project for fun. That is category is AI project for fun. So in the AI for fun project, you will build an AI chatbot. I think chatbot, you all knows about the chatbot. What is chatbot actually? Okay, so chat GPT. Okay, you all know about the. Okay, if you want to something, uh, if you want to know about something, for example, if you write an application for leave for 2 days. You just write on the chat GPT and click on the enter, hit on the enter, you will get the application. So you can learn something, you can learn anything from the chatbot. You will get anything. Okay. So you will build that project. You can build an AI chatbot using Hugging Face and Gradeo. There are two things. If you want to develop AI project for fun, you will build an AI chatbot using Hugging Face and Gradio. Okay, it is quite simple and requires minimal knowledge of Python libraries, Python programming. In this project, you will learn to build and deploy the web application using transformers to load the conversational model and use Gradio chat interface to create chatbot using user interface. It requires 5 minutes to build an app and you don't need to leave your browser. So read very carefully and do very carefully. Okay. Gradio has recently introduced gr.chat interface application, which allows user to easily build customized chatbots for integrate them with the agents in less than 5 minutes. For a complete guide on how to create your own chat interface, visit the Creating a Chatbot fast page on gradio.app. You can also check out our building chatbots in Python course to discover other ways to build conversational bots. If you enjoyed building AI project for fun, why not try 5 project built with generative model and open source tools? Okay, so you can build any generative models. Okay, you can try with the beginner level project, then you can try with the intermediate level project, then you can try with expert level project, then you can try with for fun. Okay, so you will learn to create an image editor. Okay, chatbot, chat GPT like chatbot on low resources and loan approval classifier app and automate PDF instructions and GPT powered voice assistants. Okay, so AI chatbot example. For example, if you whenever you click on the website of for example, power.university.ac.in, right on the Chrome and Google and hit enter. So whenever you hit the enter, you will get the chatbot pop-up message. How are you? I am good, and you like this. So that is the example of chatbot. Okay, so this is a pictorial representation how uh, can we work with this. We already discussed. Okay, hugging we can use and radio we can use for this. Basic idea for AI project. First one is resume parser AI project. Recruiters spends a lot of time skimming through resumes to find the best candidate for the job position. Since there can be hundred of applications for a single position, this process has been automated in several ways. The most common is keyword matching. Resumes are shortlisted and read by the recruiter based on the set of keywords found in the candidate resumes. Otherwise, the resume is discarded and candidate is rejected for that job. Okay, so however, this screening process has many drawbacks. Candidates are aware of the keyword matching algorithms and many of them insert as many keywords as possible into their resumes to get shortlisted by the company. Obviously, you can build a resume parser with the help of artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques that can skim through the candidate's application and identify skilled candidates, filtering out people who fill their resume with the unnecessary keywords. Okay, You can use the resume dataset available on Kaggle to build this model. This dataset contains only two columns, job title and candidate resume information. So the data is present in the form of text and need to be processed. You can use the NLTK Python libraries for this purpose. Then you can build the clustering algorithms that groups closely related words and a skill that candidates should pass it in each domain. Words that are similar in context, not just keywords, should be considered. You can assign a final uh, weightage score to each resumes. Okay, it will be from 0 to 1. This is the most beginner friendly project if you want to learn AI. Dataset available on the Kaggle. Okay, name is resume dataset. Second one is fake news detector project. Fake news is misleading or false information that is circulated as news. It is often difficult to distinguish between fake or real news. And it is not until the situation get blown out of proportion that it comes to light. The spreading of fake news becomes especially dangerous during times like election and pandemic situations. Fake rumors and misinformation that pose harm to human lives are threatening to people and the society. Fake news needs to be detected and prevented early before it causes panic and spreads to a large number of people. For this very interesting project, we will build a fake news detector. You can use the real and fake news data set available on the Kaggle. Okay, so you can use a pre-trained machine learning model called BERT to perform this classification. BERT is a neural network processing model that has been made open source. You can load BERT into Python and just add one additional output layer for your text classification task. Third one is translator app. You already know about the translator app. We are using the Google Translate. For example, I don't know about the Gujarati, and I have received some of the messages from Gujarati friends. So just use that message on the Google Translate, and we can translate from the Gujarati to Hindi or English. Okay. So if you are interested in getting started in the field of NLP, natural processing language, you should try building a translator app with the help of a transformer. Okay. A transformer model extracts features from sentences and determines the importance of each word in a sentence. A transformer has an encoding and decoding component, both of which are trained end to end. You can build your own AI translator app with the transformer. To do this, you can load a pre-trained transformer model into the Python. Then transform the text you want to translate into tokens and feed it into the pre-trained model. You can use the Gluon NLP library for this purpose. Gluon NLP library is a very popular library whenever we want to develop the translator app, okay, with transformer. So Gluon NLP library Python package you can use. Okay, you can also load the train and test data set for this CI project for this library. So Python package, Python package is Gluon libraries. Okay, so you can use it, you can develop this project. Instagram spam detection. Spam detection, ham and spam. We already know about the ham and spam. Ham that means useful information, and spam that means unuseful information. Like everyone have the Gmail account or any other email account. Okay, so there are some spam messages we received, and there are some inbox message. Okay, we received. So Instagram spam detection. Have you ever received a notification from someone commented on your Instagram post? Yes or no? Obviously yes. You excitedly pick up your phone and open the app only to find that it is a bot promoting some knockout brand of shoes. Okay. So the comment section of many Instagram posts is filled with bots. They can range from annoying to dangerous, depending on the types of call to action they require from you. So you can build a spam detection model using AI techniques to identify the difference between ham and legitimate comments. You might not be able to find a data set that has a collection of Instagram spam comments, but you can collect the data for this analysis by scraping the web. Access the Instagram API with Python to get unlabeled comment from the Instagram. You can use a different set of data for training, like Kaggle's YouTube spam collection data set, then use keyword to classify words that commonly appear in the spam comments. Okay, and use a technique like ngram to assign weightage to words that tend to appear in the spam comment. Then compare those words with each scrapped comment with the from the web. Okay, and another approach you can take is to use of distance-based algorithm like cosine similarities. You can also use this approach. This approach will yield better results based on the type of pre-processing you can apply. If you remove stop words, white space, punctuation, and clean the data correctly, you will find the algorithm performs better, okay, as it can match similar words or each others. You can also use a pre-trained model like Albert for better result. While distance or weightage matching algorithm work well in find similar words. Okay, so they are unable to grasp the context of a sentence. NLP model like Bert and Albert can do this better, so they consider factors like sentence context, coherence, and interpretability. Another one is object detection system. We already discussed about this project in previous slide. Next one is animal species prediction. Okay, so these are the basic idea. You can work on that. Okay, that is not necessary to work on that project. If you like it, you can work. Okay, so another interesting computer vision project, you can do it to predict the animal species based on the image. You can do this with the animal 10 dataset, which is available on the Google Kaggle. There are 10 different categories of animals in this dataset: dog, cat, horse, spider, butterfly, chicken, sheep, cow, squirrel, and elephant. All. So this is multi-class classification problems, and you will need to predict the species of animal based on this picture in the dataset. You can use a pre-trained model called VGG16 for this purpose. Okay, you can load this model into the Python with Keras libraries. VGG16 is a convolutional neural net architecture trained on ImageNet, which contain over 14 million images. It consists of picture of everyday objects, fruits, vehicles, and certain species of animals. After loading the VGG models into Python, uh, you can train on top of it with the labeled image in the Kaggle dataset to classify the 10 different types of animals. Okay, so dataset is animal 10 Kaggle dataset. Next one is pneumonia detection with Python. Many diseases such as cancer, tumor, and pneumonia are detected using the computer-aided diagnosis with the help of AI model. There are open image dataset available on Kaggle for disease detection. You can try on hand the disease prediction on the one of the datasets. The chest X-ray images pneumonia detection dataset which is available on the Kaggle. This dataset consists of three types of label: lung X-ray images, normal bacterial pneumonia, and viral pneumonia. Okay, you can build a model that categorizes a patient health condition into one of three categories based on the X-ray images of their lungs. Okay, to build this model, you can use a Python libraries called FastAI. FastAI is an open source library that allows users to quickly create and train deep learning model for various problems, including computer vision and NLP. This library provides a high level of abstraction than Keras, and it is very easy to work with if you are a beginner. A problem that takes over 10 lines to solve this Keras can be solved in only 5 lines of code of this fast AI. You can download the ResNet 50 pre-trained model for fast AI and train on top this model to build the classifier. ResNet 50 allow us to train incredibility deep learning neural network with over 150 layers, and training on top of it with it will give good result. Kaggle chest X-ray images are the dataset. Teachable machine. If you are a AI enthusiast, you have probably heard about Google Teachable Machine. So Teachable Machine is a web-based tool that was created to make machine learning accessible to everyone. If you visit Google Teachable Machine site, they allow you to upload picture of different classes and then train a client-side machine model on this picture. Okay, you can see this picture. How do I use it? Firstly, we can do it. Gather and group your examples into classes and categories that you want to computer to learn. Then training will be performed. Train your model. Then instantly test it out to see whether it can correctly classify new examples. Then export. Export your model for your projects, sites, apps, and more. You can download your model or host it online for free. An example of how teachable machine works, there are two classes of images you need to upload. First, you upload around 100 pictures of yourself and label them as class 1. Then you uploaded another 100 photo of a cat, label it as class 2. Then click on train model button. Client-side machine learning model will learn to distinguish between picture of you and your cat. Then you can use this model to make new prediction on images. Google released teachable machine some time back, so people who are not well versed with AI can visit the site and train their model. It allows non-technical people to get acquainted to with machine learning. You can build your version of Google's teachable machine also. The step you need to take as follows, as given. Autocorrected tool. Okay, so autocorrected tool is another idea whenever you want to develop any AI tools, AI project. So autocorrect is an application of AI that we use every day. It makes our lives easier by taking care of spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. Okay, so to build an autocorrect tool in Python, you can use the text bold library in Python. This library has a function called correct. If we call this function on the piece of text, it will identify incorrect words and replace them with the closest word to the one type. It is a relatively simple task, but it's essential to keep in mind that the test library is not perfect. The underlying algorithm cannot detect certain misspelled words and makes correction when initial word was correct, like replaces with as. This tool is not able to grasp the context uh, between the two words and does not do any kind of mapping to identify words that are commonly used together. For example, if I were to write I like your short instead of I like your shirt, okay, so the algorithm would not correct me. These words are spelled correctly, but don't fit the context of the sentence. Okay. Fake product review identification. That is another idea whenever you want to develop any AI project on that, so you can do it. We already discussed about the fake news prediction. Okay. That is another idea. Fake product review identification. So you can do that. Thank you.